YouTube, what's going on? Kyle again from ePoolSupply. Today we are back with another What's in the Bag on A&A Manufacturing Gear Kits. Today we're going to go over the newer / older 6-port low profile 1.5" / 2" rebuild kit. Part number on this one is 540277. Stay tuned. We're going to kind of explain the differences that they have implemented on this, as well as just kind of show you guys what's in the bag. Alright guys, and we're back. So again, today we're going to do a what's in the bag on a A&A gear kit. Part number that we're looking at today is the 540277. It is one of the most sold gear kits from A&A. It is their 6-port low profile rebuild kit. This one actually worked for both 1.5" and 2" valves. Recently, A&A has released a different gear kit between this one, where they'll actually separate it into 2 different gear kits. So make sure you guys check out the links in the description. We actually have a blog with paperwork directly from them that'll kind of help you guys see the difference. They color coded all of the cams now on the bottom. They were running into issues where sometimes the cams on this one were not working properly with the 1.5" valves compared to the 2" valves. I mean, about 95% of the pools out there technically use a 2" when you're looking at the 6-port low profile. But for those of you that do have the 1.5" 6-port low pros, the cams on these weren't working efficiently, so they actually separated them now for you guys. So instead of just having an 1.5" and a 2" together, they made an 1.5" and a 2" separate. So they will be all new part numbers. The 540277 will be no longer available to purchase, so they will have new part numbers. Again, we've got a full blog that'll kind of explain everything for you guys in the link in the description. We're also working on videos to kind of show you guys the difference between what they did as everything's rolling out and we're getting the products in. As of right now, we're looking at it's September 22nd. They released them a few weeks ago, and we're looking at getting a little bit of all those products in so we can show you guys the difference between all of them. But to run through the old traditional 6-port low profile valve rebuild kit, we're just going to kind of dive in and show you guys what comes in it, as well as what to expect with the new one. So first thing is always the gear kit. With the low profiles, you guys always have this much slimmer look on the gear kit. If you have a top feed, you guys are dealing with an additional PVC piece that will actually sit over the gears here. As you can tell, they actually have the holes put here for that old PVC. So if you guys accidentally bought a top feed and you're looking for just the gears, you guys can actually take that PVC off and use it just the same. The only difference is when you're actually getting into your impellers and your cams. If you guys don't have those in good condition, you're going to either have to purchase those separately or go ahead and just exchange or swap out your gear kit to get the right one. So again, the most popular one for this one is the 2" just because traditional plumbing now you're dealing with 2", but for a lot of other pools, older pools, 1.5" line was very popular. So obviously the cam that I'm going to dive into has changed to make sure that it attributes to those different sizes in the actual piping for you guys. So here's your low profile gear kit. Set that off to the side. And then of course your impeller. So the impeller is going to remain the same across every low profile valve. You're looking at a much higher flange on the impeller itself. If you have a top feed where the water's coming in, you're going to have much smaller teeth here on this impeller. As the water comes in from the top, it doesn't take as much to spin that impeller, whereas when the water's coming in the side, you want much more surface area for that water to grab to spin this thing efficiently. So that's another way to kind of tell which gear kit you guys have compared to top feed and low profile. So go ahead and set that off. And then again, the difference now between a 2" and an 1.5" is going to be the cam. So they have color coded all of the cams now. So then that way it'll kind of help walk everybody through and identify just by looking into the valve which gear kit that you need. So then that way you guys aren't playing the guessing game and having to run through everything. They actually color code these now so that if you have a green one, you're going to be looking at such and such. If you've got a blue one, you're looking at this. If you've got a pink one, you're looking at this. And they actually did keep, the white one around as well to make sure that if you have a white one traditionally now in moving forward, that's going to be that set gear kit. So they're trying to make it as easy as possible for everybody by distinguishing things with easy cues. So then that way, when the homeowners, when you guys open up that lid and you guys are looking inside, you're not overwhelmed by all the gears and all the craziness going in. You guys can actually just peek through the little hole that's actually already pre-molded here on the gear kit and just be able to look down and look at this cam and identify the color. So then that way, if you guys want to do it yourself, all you got to really focus on is looking at the color of the cam in order to do that. Again, that's only if you've purchased them in 2021. It's a new released product. So if you guys are looking at older gear kits, everything is still going to be the traditional white. So unless you guys got the newer ones where you actually have a color-coded one in there already, you guys are going to want to make sure you watch these videos to identify the valve properly. So go ahead and set that off to the side. And then the big accessory package they always throw in here. So they have your new low-profile lid O-ring. So it may look like you're getting 3 or 4 O-rings here. It's just the same O-ring folded upon itself. Just helps keep everything compact for shipping. So when you guys do cut it open, pull it out, you'll notice it's the full size for your lid. This is going to be the last thing that you put on after you've installed everything else. Make sure you guys use some kind of lubricant to just help lubricate these and watertight every lid so that you reduce any kind of chance for leaking. They do not come pre-lubed, so you do want to make sure you use some kind of silicone base to make sure that you get that good seal on the lid for you. And then, like all of their other ones, they are going to give you a new center shaft. Always replace this every time you're replacing the gear kit. It just makes sure that everything works as being brand new, and you're not trying to fight an older shaft with newer products, because sometimes over time the plastic will wear down the stainless, actually get ridges on it. So to make sure everything operates efficiently, go ahead and make sure that you install this at the same time. Now they do give you 2 new anti-friction discs similar to all the other gear kits. They are all different sizes based upon the cam that sits on top of them. Obviously, if you have a much smaller cam with maybe a 5-port, you're looking at a much smaller anti-friction disc. There's no need to have an additional giant chunk down there. It's meant to work in tandem with the cam to reduce the friction between the plastic and the bottom of the valve. So, and then with the low profile, they do always give you 2 washers. One goes up on top to separate the impeller and the actual gear kit, again, to help reduce friction between the plastics running, as high pressure water is going to spin this thing really fast, depending on how you have your speed control set up with your lid. So to make sure that it's not just constant rubbing plastic to plastic, you do need to put the washer in between there. And then they give you a second one, which tends to go along the bottom between the anti-friction discs and the cam, again, just to reduce as much friction as possible to make sure that everything works efficiently. So all in all, that's what they're going to throw in the 540277. Again, we're going to have another video coming your guys' way that'll help you guys distinguish the new models that they're coming out with, because they do separate them into an 1.5 inch gear kit and a 2-inch gear kit. So then that way you guys know which one you're going to get. Again, color-coded cams are going to be the differences between them. So make sure you guys check out the links below. Take you directly to our blog that'll kind of show you guys in detail what that means. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Again, we're going to have more videos coming your way on all these gear kits, new news in the market, as well as all the other manufacturers' products that we can to help you guys do everything you need to do at home. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm Kyle from ePoolSupply. We'll see you next time.